Hello and welcome back to Budgets and Bible. I'm Alycia. If you are joining me today, thank you for being here and welcome. Today is going to be hopefully kind of quick. We're just going to do some daily savings, work on our month ahead, save some Smackerels, and then do the Women in Faith collab. So yeah, I grab something to drink, get somewhere comfortable, and come along and join me. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is, of course, our daily edition. This is from Mary at Hands of Provision. If you have not checked her out, check her out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I bring $6 every day to this. She designed it so that people would work on their top 3 priorities, financial priorities. I do it a little differently. I use it to focus on my heart posture and something that I'm working on with the Lord. Because when it comes to money, my instinct is to hold on tight and not let go. And it comes from a place of fear, and it comes from, I was raised by a single mom and we didn't have a lot. And so like I said, it comes from a place of fear to hold on. So this is my way of helping me to let it go, because honestly, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't save for these 3 funds. And that's just me being transparent. I'm not proud of that fact, but this is what we're working with. So that's why I have vacation, family fun, and kindness. So today we're gonna be rolling for Wednesday. These little dots here just mean that I've already pulled the money from the bank, because I was getting a little over my head and losing track of everything. So this is really simple. We simply roll a 1, 2, 3 die to determine what category, and then a d6 die to determine how much. So I'm just gonna roll them both at once. Why not? So 3 is getting 3. 3 and 3, I like that. So number 3 is kindness. And this is on top of, this is separate than from our actual like giving fund. This is just if we're out and about and we see someone who needs something, or if we pay for someone's order in line or something. That's that kind of kindness, or anything like that. So that's separate from our giving. All right, and okay, so I'll write a 3 right here, and we will place that into the kindness. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So like I said, I bring $6. So of course that means there is 3 left over. And what I do with that, I take that 3, 1, 2, 3, and I put it into Anna Banana's Roll for Your Savings Goals. I do not use this at all as I am supposed to, but it made it work for me. And so what I do with that is, at the end of the week, at least that's how I did it last time, at the end of the week, we randomized that money in the rollover into the 3 funds. And that worked out well last week. So I think we'll hopefully be able to keep doing it weekly. I use her calendar to just keep track, which again, I don't really know if I need to. It's kind of redundant, but it helps me. I'm very visual and I like things tracked and written and all that stuff. So that is it for daily. Short, sweet, and simple. This is part of Mary's Daily Calm, and her whole kind of the idea behind it is, if you save a little bit for your 3 main priorities every day, it gives you that control, it gives you that stress relief, and that you're working towards your goals. And again, bring what you can. It does not have to be $6. It can be 6 quarters. It can be 6 dimes. It can be $1. Whatever works for you. Everyone is different. All right, so I'll take these away. We are gonna need our 2, 3 dice for the next part. I use this for my mini Mondays and for my Smackerels, you'll see here in a second. I'm not a big fan of 1s. All right, so in this binder, we have my mini Mondays, but we're not doing that today. We are working on our Smackerels. So this whole little binder set came from Brittany at Budgeting with a Ginger. It's Saving Up Smackerels, and it is adorable. It's free on her Ko-fi. She put up, I think, for a certain number of subscribers. I can't remember, like, for reaching that number. But I'm very generous of her, and it's absolutely adorable. So I'm going to bring $10 to my Saving Up Smackerels. I'm using this to go towards my month ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to put that in the bank here. And then we're going to convert it into prop coins. So with this Saving Up Smackerels set, you get these cute little prop coins. And so this has $10 worth between, there's some quarters and some 50 cents mixed in here. So my month ahead is not my major focus right now. We do actually have 3 months, oh my goodness, 3 months saved up. That is not from our own doing. When my mom passed, she still had a little bit tucked away for me and my brother. And so I just want to be transparent about that. And I mentioned it last week that, of course, I would give, you know, anything to have my mom rather than the money. But it was, she took care, she spent her life taking care of me and my brother. And of course, that's what she did upon her passing as well. It was not an extravagant amount by any means. Like, don't take me wrong, but it also was, it's been a huge blessing. And I'm so grateful and thankful in that regard. But anyways, okay, so back to our Smackerels. So we are going to start back here because that's where we ended last week. If I can open it without letting everything spill out, okay. And we'll just simply roll the 2, 3 die, give it how many it wants, and go from there. All right. Make sure we're kind of in frame here. I'm trying another new angle for my camera, so I hope it works out. If there's problems, let me know. That's number 5, got 3. Number 6, little piglet. Getting 2. So it is officially hump day. Well, it will be. I'm filming this the day before. But I hope your week is going well. We're halfway through. We don't really have much planned on Wednesday. We have a meeting tonight for my oldest is going to be starting up softball. So we have a parent meeting tonight for that. She has played 2 years of baseball with our local team, I guess you would call it. They don't ever have enough girls for a softball team. So I was like, well, it's the fall. Let's, you know, there's less kids anyways. So I talked to her. I was like, would you like to try playing with all girls? There's always been at least like 2 girls on her team. But she said she wanted to try. And so we'll see. So I told her, you know, we found a team nearby that's not too far, and we were able to, so we're going to do that. And I told her if she, you know, come spring, if she'd rather do baseball back with the team that she'd been with, that's fine, you know, no big deal. So, and then, so yeah, so we have a parent meeting for that tonight, which I think both me and my husband are going to try to make it to. All right, well, so this only has 1. So we'll just come back to 1 and I'll put it there, but we'll start there next time because I don't even have a 1 on my dice. But I think we're both going to try to make it. And so we'll obviously have the girls with us as well. And so we'll see how that goes. So I think she's a little nervous, but excited. She gets very anxious when we're starting something new. She's a lot like me in that regard. I always had a lot of anxiety when it came to that kind of stuff. But once she gets into it, she does fine. So, all right. So let's see what we got in our Smackerels. All right. So number 1 got 125. Now with these, I do a little differently than my tinies. These are all a quarter. So what did I say? 125. So 125. Make sure I'm in frame. All right. So, all right. So 25, 50, 75, $1, and 25. So as these fill up, I'll pull from my bank and then move those to my month ahead binder, which I do have. I need to set it up. saw some changes that I wanted to make. Again, Mary in Hands of Provision, she was, she got the idea from What the Duck Savings with Dita, but basically saving for month ahead, saving it 1 week at a time. And again, I like quick wins. I like finishing challenges. So I was like, you know, the smaller you can break it down, the better. That way you stay motivated. All right, this one got 75 cents. And so I've designed some new ones, but I need to still print them out and make the envelopes. So, all right, so we got 75 cents. So this is, oh no, hold on. Oh yeah, y'all. I got so distracted. This first challenge is from Budget with Amanda. So cute. And everything that I have right now was free on Ko-fi, because yeah. And these are from Saturn's Vault. And so I put a few in here so they would add up to $7, okay? So 75 cents. Let's move this a little bit, that way I have more room. Okay, so 75 cents. So we have 25, 50, and 75. Awesome. All right. Let's put those in here. So I'll be honest, I got all of this the idea came from Mary because, so 75 cents for 3. I wasn't sure how to go about doing my month ahead because I really didn't have it in my budget because I already have 3 months in there. It's not it's not like a huge priority. It is a priority because I'd like to build up to 6 months. But I wasn't sure how to go about doing it because I like the snowball, but I just didn't have enough to do it. And so I was like, I still want to be doing something. And then I saw Mary doing a lot of her stuff. Is she you know, like I said, at one point she breaks it down into dimes and uses dimes to spread it out. And I was like, that's genius. And she's not the only one. I mean, there's others that do it, but I hadn't thought of it like that before. And so that's why I'm saying, do not hesitate to use quarters, use dimes, do whatever you need to do. All right, so 75 cents here. This one is from Claudie's Creations. We got a vacay goose. Beach, please. Claws out, summer's here. Oh, look at the crab, he's cute. And flamingo mode activated, love it. All right, so these all together will save 7. So I started here with the goose and I was using purple. So let's see here. We have 25, and I think these are, yeah, 25. Oh, I gotta change it, y'all, I gotta. 50 and 75. So every little bit of progress is progress. Slow progress is still progress. Little steps like this, it will add up. 50 and 75 to number 4. These are mine from my Ko-fi. They are free. Oh, I didn't realize there was such a harsh shadow there. Oh, you know why? I don't have my light on. Hold on, y'all. I'll have to edit this out later. I totally forgot about my light. Oh, so much better. Now I have my light. All right. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. So anyway, so this is like, I think I called them nursery rhyme minis, but they're tinies, but they're all little, actually like technically like fairy tales. Anyways, whatever. All right. So 75 cents. So we have 25. 50 and 75. Okay, let's hook that in there. Ooh, this next one got a lot. Number 5, we've got, oh my goodness, so he's got, what do we got here? I can't math, y'all. $2.25. All right, and these are from Lazy Sloth Savings. So cute. All right, so what did I say? I forgot. So 1, 2, 25. So here's $1. Again, these are all 25 cents. So $1. And then we're gonna have, I want to use baby pink on this. Then we're gonna have, I guess I'll just, that's $2.25. Woot woot. That's a good little chunk on that one. All right. That's going back in here. So yeah, let me know how your week's going. If anything exciting happening. If your kids are going back to school, how's that going? We homeschool. So $1 to number 6. So we're kind of always doing our thing, but I know back to school has begun here. All right, so $1. So whoops. So we have 25, 50, 75, and $1, which is great for me because y'all, well, one, I don't like doing things during the summer because it's hot and gross here, but also I don't like doing things when when the school's out and there's so many more people. I'm so used, since we homeschool, we're used to being able to do things during the week, and when school's in, so when we go out during the summertime, I'm like, why are there so many people? All right, so $1.25 to number 7. Y'all, I did it again. So this mini is from Night Owl Budgets. So stinking cute. I want to give credit where credit is due, y'all. And if I ever do miss saying their name, please check the description. It'll be in there. All right, this is from Savvy Girl Saves. The Lord is my light and salvation. Psalm 27:1. Yes, ma'am. All right, what did I say? 125. 125. I need my orange. All right, so we've got 25, 50. It's not gonna be pretty. It's okay. 75. It's mostly star-shaped. Geez, 25, 50, 75. 1 and 25. All right, loving it. Yeah, we went to, in fact, the one thing that bit me in the you-know-what today was we have Pelicans snow cones shops. I don't know if that's a local thing, a brand like a chain. I don't know, but anyways, there's a couple of them around us, but I don't know if they're local. Anyways, there's this really cute snow cone shop, and my girls have been wanting to go all summer, and I'm always like, no, we gotta go. It was too busy because we have swim lessons on Tuesdays, and so I had every intention of taking them after swim today. Well, because I waited all summer and now it's back to school, they have back to school hours. So they don't open till 2 in the afternoon, which makes sense from a business standpoint. But my girls were, so we were not able to get that. But instead, that's $2. That instead we actually ended up going to, there's a Cold Stone Creamery right near where we go swim. So we did go get that. So they still got spoiled rotten. All right. This is from Keely Creations. She has a whole set of these Alice in Wonderland minis that are just, the colors are so vibrant and just fun. Oh, speaking of Alice in Wonderland, I don't know if y'all have, I mean, I guess it would go up to like pre-teenage, or who am I kidding? I'm an adult and I'm into it. My girls they kind of discovered Descendants. I never watched that. It was, I mean, I was a young adult, I think, when that came out. I was like probably in my 20s or so. And it just wasn't really, I wasn't really watching Disney much at that time. And so anyways, they discovered the Descendants and they loved them. I've loved them. They have that little bit of corniness and cheesiness because they're Disney Channel movies, but they are really well done and they're catchy and the songs get into your head. And anyways, they have a newer couple that come out, was the Rise of Red, and now it's Descendants Wicked Wonderland. And they love it, and they're great. If you haven't seen it, watch it. They're just fun. But so anyways, all right, so $2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's $1. And then we'll move on to the pocket watch, which I feel like needs a baby blue. Why not? And then so $1 more. So 25, 50, 75, $1. All right, making good work on here. So we'll tuck those back in there as well. All right. So I'm hoping we're getting kind of closer on a couple. It might still be a couple weeks before we actually finish a challenge. But that's okay. You know what? We're making progress. We're adding to it. Our little bank is growing, and that is what matters, okay? Just don't stop. In fact, this might be the first one. This one, we might be able to finish this one next week and pull it out. So that means I need to actually get my month ahead binder finished to where I'm able to show it to you guys. All right, so we're gonna tuck that away. Okay, and next we have, let me get rid of my Smackerels here. Next we have the Women in Faith collab. So I am not a part of this collab, but I've been seeing women do it on here, and just, I love the heart behind it. It's beautiful, and I just love everything about it. So I decided to participate. So we're gonna need, let's see here, we're gonna need my 2-3 dice and the D12. All right. So first, let me go over this. So the Women in Faith collab is hosted by Michelle and Michelle Plans Daily, and Mary at Hands of Provision. That way you can kind of see that a little better. Fiona at Frugality is Life is also participating. Lisa at Lisa Grateful Me. Karen at The Faithful Dash. Joe at CBA Mom Saves. Elma at Budgets with Elma. Stephanie at Savvy Girl Saves. Angela Marie at Angela Marie 888. Shelly at Cashing In with Shelly. Grace at Grammy's Journey. And Pam at Gaming Grandma Budgets. Love it. So what they do is they've each made a challenge that saves 10, and then they are also which I brought my 10 here, I tucked it in here. All right, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So I'm gonna set that right there. All right, so, and then what they're doing is, now this collab has been going, so I'm a little late on the uptake here, but they each have a different date where they share some of their faith story and a little bit of their testimony and the story behind why they chose the verse they do on their challenge. So I've already watched Mary at Hands of Provision. She was the first one. So like I said, we're playing catch up because I was back from, June 28th. July 5th was Fiona at Frugality is Life, and I watched hers earlier, and it is wonderful. Please go watch them. They're sharing, just beautiful details. And so well, let me show you her challenge before I start just rambling, because I do that. So hers is, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Proverbs 18:21. And, she was talking about how she was taught as a young child, they didn't have a lot, but she didn't know that because her parents always talked about speaking life over their children and over their home, and that her parents, they were still giving and generous. And she talks about how, that abundance, and if you give, it will be returned to you, and seek first the kingdom and everything else will follow. And just if we can just remember that every day and live that way every day, seek first the kingdom and everything else will follow. That is the key, y'all. And I love this, and this is a reminder for everyone. For me, I'm especially trying to teach my girls this, but that our tongue is powerful. We're taught that saying in school: sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That is wrong. That's a lie. Our words, the power of our tongue, it can bring death or life, y'all. And so we need to watch what we say and how we speak. And I fail at this so often, and I catch myself. And when I really started seeing it was when your children start speaking the way you speak. That is a wake-up call. That was a huge wake-up call for me. And don't get me wrong, me and my husband have improved immensely. God knew what he was doing, okay? And he knows what he's doing, and he gave me those girls. And I have learned so much from them. I told my daughter that the other day, and she looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, you have no idea how much I've learned from you guys, and just in these short years, more than I had ever learned or thought I knew before y'all showed up. But that power of the tongue and speaking life, not only into yourself, but into your children, into your home, it's so important, guys, because what we say becomes our reality. And and it's funny because I was just watching a Facebook reel, and it had nothing to do with any kind of, I don't even know if the guy was a Christian, but he was saying, he's like, you want your kid to be kind, you want your kid to be a better listener, and even though if they're horrible at it right now, he goes, in those quiet moments, tell them You're a good listener. You are kind. Because the words we speak to them have such power, and I need that daily reminder. So thank you for this. Thank you. It's beautiful, and her video is beautiful, and please go watch it. So I'll tuck that back in here. What I'm going to do is I brought the $10, and instead of just saving one challenge a week, because I like to have a little bit of fun and randomization in it, we are going to simply roll the D12, because there are 12 women participating, and it will tell us which challenge we're going to. So we are going to number 12, going to the back. All right, and this is from Michelle at Michelle Plans Daily, and her verse was, "Fear thou not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." Isaiah 41:10, and that's from the King James Version. I love the ESV, and especially if you haven't. I can't read the King James Version, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. And I think that's one of the reasons I struggled. I'm gonna do 2. No, I'm gonna knock out that 3. One of the reasons I struggled, I've tried to read the Bible so many times growing up. I tried to read the Bible, and all we had was the King James Version. Because that's traditional. That's all we had, and I just struggled. And so when I got back into it and really started digging into my faith, it was like, I want to read the Bible. I started researching different translations, things like that. And I am not, I'm not going to talk about, I believe there's better ones than others, don't get me wrong, but, oh wait, no, I just want to do this. I just want to put this in here. But the ESV has been a lot easier to read. And actually, I just recently got the New Living Translation, and I like that, because that, you want to talk about that, that is an easy to read. But what I'd like to do is to compare them. I will say, whatever you do if you're studying the Bible, compare multiple translations, okay? And see, and it's really eye-opening. But the ESV is kind of my go-to. I do love the beauty, though, of the King James Version, that the language is beautiful. I just struggle to understand it. So anyways, oh, I don't need that dice anymore. All right, so that was 12. Now let's go to number 3. I'm gonna try not to repeat any. Oh, we haven't done this one yet. Okay, so section 3. So this is from, I believe it was Joe. I don't want to mess up her name. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, Joe at CBA Mom Saves. And her verse is, "For the Lord is good, and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations." Psalms 100, verse 5. What a beautiful, just what an amazing comfort. Yeah. I'm going to do, since it's our first one on here, we'll do a 2, because I do want to try to get some multiple challenges today. And we'll just stick with the hot pink. This is a beautiful challenge. I like the soft pink on there and the cross. All right, moving on to number 7. All right, section 7. Okay, this is from Shelly at Cashing In with Shelly. Look at that. She's beautiful with her little butterfly. It's gorgeous. All right, so she put multiple ones on here. I started to watch her video of her turn the other day, and then I stopped myself because I was like, no, I want to go in order and do it as I film it. Just, I don't know. That's what I want to do. So anyways, she is strong, Isaiah 40:31. She is valiant, 2 Samuel 13:28. She is fearless, Proverbs 31:25. She is enough, Psalm 46:5. This is beautiful, and especially having 2 daughters and the struggles that I've had in my life, these are beautiful things to remember. And one of the biggest things I want my girls to be able to do is I want them to have their identity rooted in Christ and who they are in Christ and who the Bible tells us we are, not what the world tells us. What did I do? 2? Yeah, 2. So yeah, this is beautiful. I think orange would look nice on here because of her little pretty orange dress. So we'll do a 2 there. All right, and the next one will probably get the last because we only have $3. So well, we can maybe do 2. 11, because if they have 1s on them. So 11. This is from Game and Grandma Budges. I feel bad. It just makes me happy. Her little, her handle, I love it. And this is, I will make sure I tell you the right name, Pam. Okay, and this is Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. I love that. I love that. If you are acting out his will, it will always end in good. It might not be the good that you think and anticipate, but yes, I love that. So we'll do one, so we can do one more somewhere else, okay? That way we can show love to everyone. Well, not everyone, because we can't do all 12 because I don't have $10, but what we'll do actually, well, let's see where the dice takes us. Let's see where the dice takes us, and then I might overrule it though. 4, because if that's one we've been to, I might go to one we haven't been to. Oh, we haven't been to it. Perfect. Okay, so section 4. This is from Karen at the Faithful Dash. All right, this is from Matthew 6:26. Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, for your heavenly Father feeds them. And aren't you far more valuable to him than they are? As such a beautiful reminder. It's such a beautiful reminder because, again, there can be so much fear and anxiety of what comes next, and am I gonna be able to provide, and am I gonna be able to afford this month, and and it's like, stop, be still, look at the birds, look at the fields, and we are so much more precious to him, y'all, than them, and we have to remember that. We don't deserve his love. We don't deserve our stance, or we don't deserve to be held where he holds us, but we are precious to him, and that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. So I have $2 to go there, and that will have to be, we're gonna have to do blue. Should I do dark? I'm gonna do dark blue. Love it. And so I just want to, thank all the ladies for doing this, and putting their time into this, and for sharing things that they don't need to share. I mean, it's great to share, but I'm just saying, like, they're doing something that I feel is brave and generous and kind, and I just, anyways. All right, so Mary from Hands and Provision hasn't gotten any yet. We get 2 to Fiona, right? Yeah, Ephrodalia's Life. All right, so number 3 from Joe at CBL Mom Saves got $2 this time, which was nice because she didn't get any last time, so yay. Okay, and then we have, who do we have here? We have, Karen at the Faithful Dash. She got 2 this time, because I do want to try to make sure that, like, we're not totally skipping someone every time. Right, Lisa at Lisa Grateful Me that was from last week. I love that little girl. She's just so cute. All right. Oh, okay. So we'll try to get to section 6 next time. Maybe next week I'll start by going through and seeing what we have, like, who hasn't gotten any. All right. And Cashin and Shelly got her first $2 today. I seriously love that girl. Oh, she's so cute. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a couple. So this is Grammy's Journey hasn't gotten any either, and neither has Savvy Girl Save. So we're definitely gonna we'll start with those next week. All right, Budgets with Elma, and then we have Pam at Gaming Grandma Budgets. She got another 1, so that brings her total up to 3. Okay, and then Miss Michelle got 3 today, bringing her total up to 5. All right. Well, y'all, that's all I got today. So I hope you hung out and had a good time. I hope that somehow this video, or specifically this collab, would be a blessing to you. Please go check it out. All these are free on their various Ko-fis. And just bring a little God into your savings. He should be in everything we do, y'all. And I don't get me wrong, I fail every day. But it's when I do put the focus on him that I'm at the most peace, and I feel him the closest, Lord. So anyways, so yeah, thank you for joining me, happy savings. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.